Round 3, got the choice. Playing first, keeping. Needs more land, but other than that, looking good. I mean, we're just one land away from a pretty good looking hand. Alright. Now at least we've got some pretty solid turn progressions coming up here. Leaf Gilder's a good one. Responder, a little bit out of my range at the moment. Okay. Don't particularly want to trade a knight for an empath. Wouldn't mind ripping a land. Rock Smaller. Yeah, it's a big threat. Alright. So I think we just go Aeronaut here and pass. I really wouldn't mind ripping another land, because I think my plan now is going to be try and leave up Disperse for this Rock Smaller business that I got to deal with. And yes, I would double block a empath with a... Yeah, this is actually a good trade, I think. I basically just trade a 1-2 for a 2-2. Still get some pretty good value out of it. Alright, let's see if we can't rip another land here. Alright, Disperse is fine. I guess we just play Disperse and swing. Lets me swing into it again, too. Yeah. I think that is the deal. Being able to swing again next turn is pretty good. And having a 4-power guy is also pretty good. All right. Now this one's interesting. I can disperse and save my knight. Question is, how much do I like it? I don't love it. I don't love it. I think we're going to let this happen. I'm not thrilled about it. He does get Descry too. But let's see what he did with it. Put a card on top. All right, so he found something he's looking for. Sentinel's fine when I get to it. I guess we go Aeronaut number 2. That seems like too good of a trade to be true. Yeah, that's just fine. Well, Clash of Wills would be better if my opponent didn't have a ton of mana. Yeah, I kind of want to play the knight. Can't tell a lie. So I guess we get in with Aeronaut, because I do want to offer a trade with a Leaf Gilder. And I think I'd rather keep a 1/2 here. I don't have a 5th land, unfortunately, to go double block Rocksmauler and be in the free and clear, so... Okay, well, now I might double block the Rocksmauler. I think the saddest part about that is if I could have just gotten my 5th land, that really would not have been an issue. So I think that's the saddest part about it. He didn't even have to offer the Leaf Gilder trade here, but we'll take it. It's pretty tough. That's kind of a sad one. Really had a great answer for that in hand, and now we get the land, which I guess makes sense. All right, well, we're in pretty serious trouble here. So next turn's pretty much just got to be a land. I mean, well, all right, I guess we actually, no, this is fine. We do have enough to disperse plus, yeah, pretend, like assuming he doesn't draw a land. We've got a pretty good play here in disperse. No, we can only clash for 2. Man, missing the land drops this game really killed us. This is a tough one. I mean, basically we just have to rip a land now and we're fine though, but we have to rip a land now. Man, really wish I could clash that. Wish I had the capability to Clash of Wills that. That's so sad. Land, please? No? No lands? Can't give me a land? That's tough. That's a tough one. I got to admit, that is tough. We're close. We're right at the point of getting back in this game. So I guess we block, yeah. All right. We're so very close. Just so close. Just play a 7-drop that I can counter, please. Nope, Bogger Brute's going to be the end of us. That's tough. Yep, and now we get the 6th land. Yep. Man, that's a tough loss right there. All right, got to accept it. Most painful part of this game was the inability to cast Disperse versus the Wild Instincts. That was the rough one. Yeah, man, that sucks. All right, so going to game 2, I'm just hoping we can draw those lands. That's all I can hope for. Gotta get those plays out there. All right, playing against red-green. Do I want a Bonded Construct? Doesn't stop a Crone Sergeant. It does trade with Timberpack Wolf. I think everything we have is fine. I think our deck is very good. I don't even think I need Negate. I think we just gotta draw slightly better, and I think we got this. Okay, we'll keep it. It's certainly a good enough distribution. Spells to lands. Got the Sentinel, which is a good threat. I didn't actually have to show him Sentinel, but I did. I don't know why. We were very much dead. Anointer's a nice draw, too. So now we can go knight, which is actually really nice. Starfish is good, but we're going to go knight. Yep. Not too intimidated by that, which is nice. Plus we get to swing with knight plus play a water courser, which is very good. So could leave up the disperse, but I think we're going to play the water courser. Problem is, if we like drawing a land there would have been sick because we could have actually gone starfish and leave up disperse. Now we can wild instincts, which is bad, but you can only really do it to the water courser to get in, and we still get to slam him back. Like, I wish I could do something about that. In fact, he did the worst one in my opinion, so that actually worked just fine. If he wants to 2-for-1 us just to stay alive, that's fine. All right, I guess we're gonna keep up the Clash of Wills and disperse at this point. So I can't actually pump water courser, and if I were my opponent, I'd be very suspicious of that. Yeah. Yep. All right, we're going to clash it because I'm not sure how many more opportunities to clash we're going to get, and I'm really hoping we can draw that land. There it is. So even if he has like a Sky Snare Spider there or something, we've got the ace in the hole, disperse, which is pretty awesome. Soulblade Gen's pretty good too. All right, let's get in there. Hmm. Got to admit, I'm pretty tempted to just trade a water courser for a Timberpack Wolf. But I kind of want to play my Starfish too. I think we're just going to disperse. This also plays around Fiery Impulse a little bit better. And we still get value. We traded disperse for not much, but a little bit of tempo and a Might of the Masses, so it seems okay to me. All right, no problem. Can't imagine he swings, right? Wow, that's a bold attack. So we get to upkeep Sigiled Starfish, just really ensure we hit that land. It's pretty important at the moment. All right, so leave that on top. Do this. Guess he can double block Water Courser, and I just want to cast Soulblade Gen, so I think we'll just get in here. No need to trade a Water Courser for one of those guys, especially when he keeps them at bay. I think his mistake this game was the Crow and Sergeant Wild Instincting the basically just 2-for-1ing himself to get a 4-3 off the board. I don't think that was the best idea. I think we're going to kill his ramper here. So we got a dealt 12 to us. Would have killed us if I didn't block. Interesting to note. Alright, so opponent's got a lot of pump spells. Does that justify negate? He also has wild instincts. Basically, I'm just trying to find a reason to bring in negate, and I'm not sure if I need to. Do I want the bonded construct? Do I want to lower the curve? I feel like I don't. I just feel like everything I've got is good against him. Like, negate against wild instincts is pretty good. Negate against, you know, honestly, negate against Titanic growth is pretty good. But so is disperse. So is Swift Reckoning if I, well, probably won't have Spell Mastery, but. So I guess Swift Reckoning is not actually that good against it, but. Like, maybe I just want to cut a Water Courser for a negate and just have the out against the pump spell. But I feel like Water Coursers are really good against him, too. He's running Might of the Masses, Wild Instincts, 2 Titanic Growths, Fiery Impulse. We're going to bring in negate. There's just enough spells where I don't see why I shouldn't. And I think we can cut a Water Courser pretty safely there. Could also cut the Knight of the Pilgrim's Road. I feel like the Knight's worse because we know he's running like Leaf Gilder. He's running more 2 toughness guys. Like I feel like 2/3s are actually just straight up better in this match. And I still want the Chief for the random synergies. I think even Scab's fine because it's a 2-drop. I think we're actually going to cut a Knight. We'll see if that comes back to haunt us, but I don't think it will. He's got a lot of good stuff against our Knight of the Pilgrim's Road anyway. And Water Courser just seems much better, especially against like our Crow and Sergeant and stuff like that. All right, let's try this. All right, it's an unfortunate one, but we'll mulligan, see if we can. All right, it's a good hand. This is a legitimately good hand. Potentially get to go Freeblade and keep up Clash of Wills, which is pretty nice. All right, Timberpack Wolf's a good one. All right, lands don't need much more in the land department. Guess that's not the case if we draw Sentinel or Majoring Responder, but so bold. Look at that boldness. Even if he has a play here, he knows I'm running Disperse. The boldness. Well, I guess it's not as bold when you got a Gear Crafter. All right, we're in some trouble. Suppression Bonds is okay. Still don't love this. Yeah, I really don't love this. Leaving the Thopter back. All right, let's take 4 here then. All right, negate looks a little less sexy now. I'll be the first to admit. Wish I could clash that. Opponent's just got all the goods, huh? All right. All right. Can't do anything about that. Can't even clash it. It's a tough one. I did bring in the negate for that, but I wasn't expecting the double. All right, at least we get Omega value here. I'm feeling good about that. All right, so Soulblade Jin. It's got to bring us back in this game. It's got to do it pretty hard here because we got some work. We got our work cut out for us. I'm assuming he's busted everything at this point, which is not necessarily a safe assumption, but one I'm going to have to hope is true. So let's bust out Soulblade Jin. Pass. Oh, really? He's he's got everything, huh? Just got everything. All right. Gonna have to beat everything this game. I'm gonna do my best. Beating everything's pretty tough. Aeronaut is very helpful in beating everything. Jeez. It doesn't end. Still have a chance, but opponent just not making it easy. Suppression bonds on a Timberpack Wolf may be the saddest thing I've ever done in my entire life. It's probably going to be just as depressing as this Swift Reckoning on a Thopter token. Oof, God, that is painful. It's going to bring us back in the game, though, if I can just... All right, well, we do have instant speed clash, or Swift Reckoning, so I guess we chill out here. Now I got to think about this. So do I Swift Reckoning the Sergeant? But then my Sentinel has to tap down a Thopter for the rest of the game? I guess that's better than Swift Reckoning a Thopter and then... But I kind of want to keep the Imbermile and tap down too. But if I Swift Reckoning that, I have to chump block the Sergeant, which isn't great. I guess we do that and go to 1. All right, please give me that land. Give me that magic land. There it is. One way back in the game. All right, so close, folks. Might of the Masses Titanic Growth was a painful one. That one hurt pretty bad, but nothing to be done. So tough loss, real tough loss there. But I'm gonna have to accept it, and we're gonna have to stick it out in Swiss a bit longer. So nothing to be done. Opponent had a pretty sick deck there and drew pretty hot. I loved our deck. I think our deck was really awesome. I feel like our match was actually favorable against our opponent because he was running a lot of kind of little dudes, and we just had really good answers for his spells, whether it be double disperse for his infinite combat tricks, or negate for his infinite combat tricks, or 2/3s all day to block his little dudes. But just could not draw the sequence as hot as his sequence, so ultimately he got the victory. So tough one, but we'll take it, and we'll see you in the next Swiss draft.